there's another Captain Dumbletwit there.
We heard a visitor arrive.
Come in, come in. They're upstairs in the sitting room.
Ah, spectacular.
Now, who might that be?
It was Mr. Mentor the inventor.
Mr. Mentor! What have you got there?
My latest invention. In fact, I think it's my most wonder-bubble invention ever.
Mr. Mentor doesn't just invent things, he invents words too.
Show us then.
Ta-da!
Mr. Mentor had invented the Wonder Bubble Weather Watcher.
This Wonder Bubble Weather Watcher tells you whether it's good weather for flying a kite, eating an ice cream, dancing in puddles, or building a snowman.
And what if it points to this picture of a house?
That means a terror-bubble storm is on its way, and you must go home at once.
And what's the weather going to be today?
I'll show you.
Mr. Mentor pulled the lever and the arrow stopped on a boat.
It's the perfect weather for a boat trip. In other words, warm and sunny with a slight breeze. Which is why I have arranged to go sailing this very afternoon with Bob the boat. I was hoping you'd come with me.
Yes, 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 please.
Oh, fabuliculous. I'll go and ask your aunt and uncle. Oh, maybe we'll get a lift to the harbour. It was such a long walk here, and I do love riding in Campo.
Grandpa wanted to take a closer look.
I'll take a closer look.
The machine made strange noises, and the arrow spun round.
Really shouldn't be doing that.
What are you thinking, Grandpa?
I'm thinking that I better come on this boat trip with you. In case there's a problem with this Wonder Bubble Weather Watcher that needs someone small.
Not the shrinking cap, Grandpa.
Catch me if you can.
You know what happens when Grandpa shrinks. He runs about so fast I can't ever catch him. He goes swoop, swoop on Gordon the toy seagull. And zoom, zoom in Jason's car. Sometimes he flies in Josh's helicopter or rides in the Sunnysands train. And he loves flying on my Mrs. Ostrich, which is odd because ostriches can't fly, actually. Today, he was about to jump in my pocket when we heard Uncle CJ come in.
Oh, I see Grandpa's gone for a little lie down. Jolly good, means I can have a dust around.
So, can I go on the boat trip?
Of course. Auntie Jules is going to give you a lift to the harbour. Isn't this amazing? Mr. Mentor's so clever.
Come along, come along. Bob will be waiting for us.
Mr. Mentor picked up the Wonder Bubble Weather Watcher and we went out. Uncle CJ stayed to do the tidying up, which meant Grandpa couldn't get away.
Bother.
So, Auntie Jules took us in Campo, through the ford, down the country lanes, over the bridge, until at last we got to the harbour. And there was Bob's boat, the Boomerang, waiting for us. Bob's from Australia. He's new to Sunnysands.
Hey, Elsie, want to come on deck and help me cast off?
You bet! Mr. Mentor stayed to look after his Wonder Bubble Weather Watcher. Soon we were out at sea. I was waiting for Grandpa, but he hadn't turned up. Because he was hiding in a vase, and he couldn't leave until Uncle CJ had finished dusting. At last he left the room, so Grandpa could get away. He jumped into Jason's toy plane and took off. Whee! Mr. Mentor was having a nap when I came into the cabin with some bad news. Mr. Mentor, wake up!
Oh.
Bad news. The weather's changed. The sun's gone in and it's all shivery.
And there's no wind, so we can't sail. I've had to drop anchor.
That can't be right. My Wonder Bubble Weather Watcher is still saying it's warm and sunny with a slight breeze. Look!
And there's got to be something wrong with it.
Impossible!
I was wishing and wishing Grandpa was here. I needed him. Luckily, he was just about to land on deck.
It can't be cold and grey and still. It just can't.
Then he sneaked into the cabin. I had to talk to Grandpa alone. So I had a brilliant idea. Why don't you go and look at the weather for yourselves?
Oh, very well. Although it's quite unnecessary.
Good idea, no? Let's go have a look.
Now I could talk to Grandpa. Guess what? You were right. The Wonder Bubble Weather Watcher isn't working properly.
OK, I'll see what I can do.
Great. And Grandpa ran across Bob's bed, jumped onto the floor, hopped up onto the table and said,
Pull the lever, Elsie.
I pulled the lever. An arrow on the Wonder Bubble Weather Watcher spun round and round and landed on the snowman. Now it says it's snowing.
I'm going to have to take a look inside.
Then Bob and Mr. Mentor came back.
This is very disappointing, Bubble. I must have done something wrong. I'll take a look.
No! Don't look inside. You might mess things up.
But it's not working properly.
It'll fix itself if you wait a bit. Probably.
Well, I'd better hurry up about it. Maybe it's the park starter.
Sure.
The twisty turnator.
Right.
Or it could be the whizzy wheeler. Or even the loopy lever.
Mr. Mentor was in such a panic, he accidentally pushed Bob over. All this time, Grandpa was inside the Wonder Bubble Weather Watcher, trying hard to mend it. Bob had hurt his arm.
So sorry, Bob. I didn't mean to knock you over.
I know. It's okay. But now I'm hurt. We need to go straight back to Sunnysands.
How can we if there's no wind for the sails?
We can use the motor instead.
I'll start it, Captain. You stay right there. I'll get that motor going quick as a flash.
I put the Wonder Bubble Weather Watcher back on the table. Grandpa was still inside, busy fixing all the bits Mr. Mentor had got wrong. Bob called up to Mr. Mentor on deck.
How you doing up there?
Absolutely fine. I had to fiddle about a bit, but I'm going to start the engine now.
So Mr. Mentor started the engine, and there was a terrible rattling noise, which got louder and louder, and then it went...
That didn't sound too good.
Then back down the stairs he came and said...
I've broken the engine. I've broken the engine. Oh.
And I can't fix it because I hurt my arm.
Grandpa came out of the Wonder Bubble Weather Watcher
Dear.
and found a new place to hide.
I mean, how are we supposed to get started?
Oh, I'm so sorry. This is turning into a terrible boat trip. How are we going to get back to Sunnysands now?
Oh, no worries. We'll just wait for the wind to pick up again and we can use the sails.
If only the Wonder Bubble Weather Watcher was working properly, it could tell us how long we've got to wait.
Grandpa had mended the Wonder Bubble Weather Watcher, so I said, why don't we try it again? It might be working now.
How? Well, it can't fix itself.
Believe me, that sort of thing happens all the time.
So Mr. Mentor pulled the lever. It was working!
Oh, it's working! Oh, yes! Oh, no! It's pointing to the little house. That means a terrible storm is coming, and we've got to go home as quickly as we can.
That's all we need. If there's a storm, it'll be too dangerous to put up the sails.
And I've broken the engine, and you can't fix it. Help, help, disaster!
While Bob was trying to calm Mr. Mentor down, Grandpa called me over.
I'm going to try to fix the engine.
Be careful. He jumped down and ran off as fast as he could.
A terrible storm is going to get us, and it's all my fault.
We'll be okay. Oh, I'll call the Coast Guard and get someone to come and rescue us.
But just then, we heard this.
That's the engine. It started all by itself, just like your invention.
Fabadiculous.
Fabadiculous.
Fabadiculous. Means we can get home before the storm breaks.
Yes. Let's get back to Sunnysands.
Oh, yeah, I can't wait to get there.
As soon as they'd gone, Grandpa appeared at the top of the steps. Grandpa,
That's the engine fixed then?
you're so clever.
Oh, it only needed somebody small. Now I better get back home too. Don't want to get caught in the storm.
No, go now. I'll see you at the mill. Phew. Grandpa flew home as fast as he could, and Auntie Jules brought me home in campo. Grandpa jumped out of the plane, took off his shrinking cap, and came back back to his normal size.
Oh. Wolfie, come on. Up here. There's it.
Grandpa, you made it.
So did you, safe and sound.
All down to you.
Oh, not all. You made sure Mr. Mental didn't find me in the Wonder Bubble Weather Watcher.
It was teamwork.
Teamwork.
Grandpa, you're back in your chair. And you're back too.
There's the storm the Wonder Bubble Weather Watcher was telling us about. That's why we came home early.
I'm glad you did. What would we do without Mr. Mentor's inventions, eh?
Can't imagine. Teamwork.
Swift! Ernie? Jake? Gail? Fern?
Mist. Sheepdog Tales. It has been weeks since it rained on Borough Farm, and water is becoming scarce. So much so that Ernie has been forced to drink his own bath. But the dogs have it easy compared to the ducks.
Well, bless my sainted artichokes, in all my years as a duck, I've never had a pond dry up on me.
Oh, Joyce, I just don't know what we're going to do without water in our pond.
What do you think, Steve?
I think I'm thirsty, I'm hungry, I'm hot, I'm dry, my legs ache.
Good morning, Rose. Oh, the cabbages, girl. Mind how you spring out on us like that. Poor Josie nearly laid an egg.
Oh, I did. I nearly laid an egg. Look at your pond. There's not a drop left in it. Crumbs.
Oh, don't talk about bread at a time like this. Without the pond, we haven't got any food.
And we've not a drop to drink. And I haven't washed my beak for a week. It's so embarrassing.
Can't you just go to another pond?
Another pond, she says.
There's no other pond for miles. And besides, it'd be just as dry as ours.
I know one, and it's full of water. Loads of water.
Well, what are we waiting for?
Which way do we go?
Let me think. Right, as soon as you're up, head north for about a mile.
Up?
And then just
Did she
follow
say up?
straight
Whoa,
over the
whoa,
two
whoa, whoa.
fields
What's all
and the
this
hedges
talk
on the right-hand
up
side?
here?
And
Up
then
where?
where else? In the air.
What? We can't fly. She thinks we'll fly there.
Birds that can't fly? Are you pulling my tail? I've never heard anything so ridiculous.
We've been in this pond all our lives. We've never needed to fly.
So now's the perfect time to try. Come on, let's have a go.
Come on, it's worth a try. Let's fly, my pretties, fly. Right, oh dear, we're on the branch.
All ready for takeoff? I feel a bit funny up here.
You're all right, Josie, just don't look down.
Remember, the power is in the wings. Flap like you've never flapped before.
I'll give you flat. Ridiculous.
Oh, hush your beak, Stephen. Over to you, miss dear. We'll see you later.
On my count of 3 then. 3,
I'm scared.
2,
Have faith, Josie.
1.
This will never work.
Fly!
Told ya.
You're right, you can't fly. We'll just have to walk it. It's all right. right, Jessica. You don't have to pretend to be a sheep.
I know. I just love doing it. Boo!
So how long is it going to take on land, miss?
Most of the day, I'm afraid.
Most of the day? I might get homesick.
This pond had better be worth it.
Stop, girl, stop! Look at that butterfly. Isn't it beautiful?
And another one. There, in cornflower blue.
Mother Nature's colouring book come to life.
Oh, wonderful. Wonderful.
Let's eat them! Come on, let's go!
I'm starving.
Let's eat them!
No, wait! Don't go in there!
Yeah, but we're hungry.
Just a quick peck, dear.
But it's a...
Ow! My bottom!
thistle patch. Come on, out, quick as you can. The faster you go, the less it'll hurt.
You should warn us next time you drive us into a thistle patch, dear.
I won't be able to sit down for weeks.
Oh, don't worry. By the end of today, you'll be able to soothe it in nice cool water. OK, ladies, we're halfway there now. And I bet there's a nice treat for you at the bottom of this little slope.
A treat? At the bottom of this little slope? It's practically a cliff.
Think again, dog. I'm not going down there.
You know, for ducks, you two ain't half chickens. Look, it's easy.
Joyce, are you all right?
What, that was cracking. Come on down.
Well, OK. I'll just find a slightly less steep bit. Whoa!
Just you and me now, Steve.
Ladies first.
Here goes then.
See? Wasn't so scary after all. Hang on. I'm coming down to join you.
What? We could have just walked round the side all along.
Oh, stop moaning and admit you enjoyed it. Now, miss, where's that treat you promised?
You're standing in it.
What? Oh!
You'll always find a bit of water at the bottom of a rocky slope.
It's lovely. Just enough to freshen up with.
As Mist watched the ducks in the water, she felt sure they'd adore the enormous pond waiting for them at the end of their journey.
Oh, I feel like a lady again. Marvellous!
Onwards we go then!
Hooray!
As midday came and passed, the ducks marched valiantly onward towards the promise of a new pond.
Oh, I know. Let's have an old sing-song. All together now. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And on that farm he had a sheep, E-I-E-I-O. With a boo-boo here and a boo-boo there, here, there, everywhere, boo-boo. There's some smashing views around here. We should get out more often.
I haven't had this much fun since I learned to stick my head underwater and wiggle my bottom in the air.
As the hours wore on, the ducks grew tired.
Are we nearly there yet? Are we nearly there yet? Are we nearly there yet?
We get there when we get there.
Are we nearly there yet?
Just as the day was ending, they arrived at their destination.
Aha! And there it is, your new pond.
Where?
What do you mean, where? There!
Where?
Right in front of you. The big blue wobbly thing between the land and the sky.
That is the sea!
Oh, dear, no. We can't go in the sea.
What do you mean? It's big enough.
But it's salt water. Drinking that'll make us even more thirsty.
And the waves will bash us to pieces.
And all the weed is too deep for us to eat.
Oh! And there's a storm coming. And I'm going to get struck by lightning. I know it. Get a grip, Josie.
Oh no, what are we going to do?
Well, however dusty and brown it is, I say there's no place like home.
Come on then, let's head back.
Oh, I'm not sure about travelling in the dark. There'll be foxes and badgers and bats.
Oh my.
As the sun sank lower in the sky and the storm rolled from sea to land, Mist and the ducks waddled wearily back to their dusty old pond. Mist felt like a fool. How could she have let her friends down so badly? Would they ever trust her again? At midnight, when the ducks were too tired to go any further, Mist kept watch while they napped.
Oh, good night, Steve.
Good night, Jessica.
Oh, morning, Steve.
Morning.
At daybreak, they rose, bleary of eye and achy of ankle, and made the final leg home.
Oh, it's nice weather for ducks, isn't it? Oh, back at last.
That's the last time I take directions from a dog.
You all right, Josie? Well, yes. I've been in thistles, up cliffs, down slidey rocks, under darkness and through a storm, and I'm still alive. And, oh my giddy ganders, look! Oh, there's water in our pond again.
I can't believe it.
It's amazing. Oh, Mist, you're so clever.
Me? Oh, well, it must have been the rain. Really, I don't think it was anything to...
Don't be so modest, Miss. You planned this all along, didn't you? Admit it, you clever old hound, you. How can we ever repair you?
Oh, really? You don't have to. I mean, I didn't...
I know. You can come in for a swim. Good idea, Joyce. Come and have a dip.
Oh, no, it's all right.
Come on, Miss. Just a few lengths. Take the weight off your paws.
But I can't swim.
You what?
I never learned to swim.
A dog that can't doggy paddle? Are you pulling my tail? I never heard anything so ridiculous.
And we'll be here again to see Mist on Windcutter Down.